Good morning, Mitch Zumbai here with your Monday Morning Alert for Monday, August 1st, 2016. Hard to believe it's August already, but here we are. We're headed down the final stretch of this crop season. We're probably 4 to 5 days ahead in growing degree units. And as you walk in the corn, I walk in this 99-day hybrid this morning. We definitely cleared out of the blister stage, well into the milk stage, and that'll put us denting sometime a week, 10 days from now, and that'll put us black layer, a month from then. So, first week of September, we could definitely have black layered corn. If you haven't sprayed fungicide yet, there is still time, especially if you have some later planted corn, some full season maturity. I relayed this to some guys last week that were asking about fungicide. When we started using fungicide, we weren't doing it because we saw a lot of disease. We were doing it because they showed yield potential, or yield increases, and better standability coming to harvest. So when we started using it, we used it for those reasons. The last couple of years, we've seen disease, and it's definitely a reason to use it to help curb the disease, to help a disaster from happening. But when we first started using it, a lot of corn on corn guys saw the effects of better yield and better standability. So that's just a plug. If you're still looking at doing it on some of those fuller seasons, there's probably still time. Corn looks great. Went to Chicago this weekend to pick up a daughter from the airport. Corn's green all the way there and all the way home. Took 2 different routes cross country like my wife loves me to do. So it does. It looks great all over. Look at the bean crop. We're starting to get some Japanese beetle feeding. Nothing terrible. I talked to friends in Southwest Iowa. They're really ramping up, and I think we've seen that here in the past. Guys to the south, probably 5 years ago, had huge numbers where we didn't have any. Delaware County, their numbers started to fall. Ours started to increase over the last couple of years. Now I think our population is starting to crash a little in comparison. It just seems like the Japanese beetle just moves in cycles. 6-8 years ago, they had a terrible time in Illinois, flipping silks with them, and you haven't heard a lot of noise out of Illinois with Japanese beetles. So they kind of cycle in areas, and I think we must be on a downward cycle. We got a lot of feeding out here, but nothing terrible. One major thing in the soybeans, we're seeing a lot of sudden death. It's popping up everywhere. You can see it throughout the plot. Probably every variety in the plot might have some. Some definitely worse than others. You can definitely tell a difference. And one thing that really leads to sudden death is early planting. And this plot was planted on the 26th of April, 27th of April, somewhere in there. I'd have to look back, get an exact date, but that definitely doesn't lend well to sudden death. We've got some tools now that we can use against sudden death, like Levo as a seed treatment. There's some fungicides that are claiming they help with sudden death. So, there is tools that we can use now, but the early planting is definitely, when we take 3 weeks to get out of the ground, that was probably definitely our main issue with the sudden death. So you can start to see it pop up all over. You drive up and down the highway, and I see a lot of yellow to brown areas in fields, and so it's really starting to take hold. Talk to people all over the state, central Iowa. It's really spreading in a hurry. So if you have it popping up, you're not the only one. Any questions other than that? Some white mold. Like I said last week, I found some in here. Haven't seen, I was out last week, haven't seen a lot, so I haven't had a lot of calls on white mold, but sudden death has been the main one that I've seen. I guess if you have any questions, feel free to give me a call. Thank you.